Good afternoon. It is Wednesday the 16th. Spring break is half over, and I thought I would go ahead and get this video of my expectations and course overview made. And so, welcome. It's pretty gloomy out. We were supposed to have gotten between 3 and 6 inches of snow, but of course, that didn't happen. It never happens when they predict it, and it was much ado about nothing. But welcome to PHIL 2210, Section 40, Bioethical Issues, second 8 weeks. I'm Dr. David Myers. I'll be your instructor for the course. And again, welcome. First of all, this is your book. Hopefully you all have it. If not, you need to get it as soon as possible. Now, I have put chapters 1 and 2 online. It's in the content section. And so if you don't have your book right away, you do have, you can print it out or you can read it online. But the bottom line is I have chapters 1 and 2, but you will need to get the book. That being said, if you can find it online cheaper than you can find it in the bookstore, so be it. You know, this is the second edition of Bioethics Principles, Issues, and Cases by Lewis Vaughan. Sorry, but if you get the first edition, there aren't that many differences. And so you can make the first edition work. But you will need your text as soon as possible. So let us start out by talking about my expectations. You will have already found, the website D2L. If you want to move around, go to, the class, then go to content under materials, click there, and then click table of contents. And boy, do you get buried with information. You get the syllabus and schedule. You'll find this video. You'll find more information on me. You'll find a very interesting video, Monty Python's Argument Clinic. I thought you might appreciate watching that to learn just a bit about what an argument is and what it's not. Your assignments here, you'll find the instructions for the discussion board, instructions for examinations, chapter assignments, extra credit, all that's right there, as well as the chapter PowerPoints. But for right now, I'd like you to be looking at the syllabus and schedule. So you can pause this video, print it out, whatever you want to do. But we're going to go over the syllabus and schedule. So, the first page, you'll see right at the top, Northwest Technical College, Bioethical Issues and Sociology, spring semester, second 8 weeks, March 21st through May 6th, instructor. And then what I really wanted to call your attention to, my phone number and my email address. Now, you'll also find this under the news section, but don't hesitate to call me if you have questions, or text me, or email me. I'll answer your phone calls. That being said, I like to go to bed by about 9 o'clock, no later than 10 o'clock, and so I don't like to take calls after 9. But any day, all day, up through Sunday, I won't take calls from 8 o'clock through noon on Sunday because I'm in the pulpit. My main job is I'm a minister. But other than that, call me. And don't be one of those students that calls and says, "Oh, Dr. Myers, I don't want to bother you. You're not bothering me. My time is your time. I have a job because you are taking this class. So if you want to talk, you call me." I also have office hours that I keep on Wednesdays at the Tech, or call me and we'll make an appointment and I'll be there at your convenience. But, stay in touch. And this course moves very, very rapidly. And if you become concerned, just call me. I'll hopefully be able to ease your mind. All right, so you can read most of this. Methods to assess competence, that's important. Um, there are 4 ways that I grade your efforts in this course. Number one, required reading. You need to read, all 11 chapters of the textbook. Now, this textbook is difficult. You might have taken this course thinking that it was a very simple class, but it is a philosophy class. It is worth 3 units of credit, and so it's not what we used to call in my day a gut course. This class can be pretty difficult, pretty quick moving, especially you've chosen to take it online and you've chosen to take it in an accelerated format. And so, it's a little bit more difficult. That being said, I'm pouring coffee. That being said, you can do it. I expect you to read, but what I don't expect is for you to master. There's a big difference. Students say, oh, I couldn't understand it. I had to read it 6 times. Okay. You don't have to master the material. You only have to read it. Um, but reading is worth 10% of your grade. This course is divided into 3 sections and 100 points. And so reading is worth 10 points. Now that's the difference between an A and a B, and so you want to keep up with the reading. At the end of the class, you'll turn in a reading report, which is nothing but one line that says how much reading you, the student, completed. Now bear in mind that, you're going to, if you tell me you read 25% of the text, then you're going to get, 2.5 points. If you tell me you read 100%, you'll get 10 points. Be honest, but what you put into it is what you get out of it. So, required reading. There are 3 examinations, each worth 10 points. So you can see that the exams are worth, 30% of your grade. Case studies, exercises are worth another 30 points. And discussion boards are worth 30 points. And so, you could see that totals up to 100% or 100 points. I've already shared the textbook with you. Now let's talk about things like the discussions. The discussions have to be more than, oh, I totally agree with you, Tammy, or Fred, or whatever. You have to put some effort and thought into these postings. You are going to begin at least 2 threads or original posts for each section, not chapter, but section. So section 1 is chapters 1 through 4. So I expect you to, make at least 2 postings, and then respond to 4 others. So that's a total of 6 postings per section. Now, that is worth 5 points. 5 points for making those posts. Then reading is worth another 5 points. You have to read the text, as they come in. And so I can tell when I look, I'll get your name and, your student number and ID, and I will get how many posts that you made and how many posts that you read. So say there's 75 postings, because that's about normal. 75 total postings. And you decide you're going to read 5. You're going to get 0 points for the reading. Now, if you make your required 6 posts, you'll get 5 points for that, and then 0 points for reading. So, do the reading. Now, there are going to be students that will wait till the very last second to post. You can't help that. I can't help that. I'm asking you not to do that, but some of you will. That's why instead of grading, you must read 100%. I will take the total amount of posts and I will divide it into 3. So if there are 75 posts and you read 25 or less, 0 points. If you read 26 through 50, 2.5 points. And if you read 56 or up, excuse me, 51 or up, duh, math is not my strong suit, 51 or up, then you will receive another 2.5 points. So you'll get 5 total points for your reading. Very important. Um, Again, one sentence postings consisting of a sentence such as, I totally agree with you, don't count. I read these. I don't make that many posts. I don't interject often, but I read what you've written, and sometimes I do interject, especially what I don't want to hear is, oh, I hate this textbook. The reading's so hard. Make positive posts about what you've read. Um, it's a philosophy course. The text is hard. I hate to say it this way, but you deal with it. Um, that's just the way that it is. And I don't want to read a lot of postings about that. But, well, there it is, discussions. Uh, you'll need to have your discussions made by the last day of each test cycle. Speaking of the last day of each test cycle, let's talk about examinations. 3 of them, one per section. Uh, as I've already said, section 1 is chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Section 2 is 5, 6, 7, and 8. And section 3 is 9, 10, and 11. So each exam is 50 questions. Um, and each one is worth 10% of your overall grade. Now, you don't need to have a proctor. You don't need to have Respondus pop-up blocker. You just need to be honest. You can use your books for these exams, but that's not going to help you very much. You'll need to have done the reading and the practice exams, and I'll talk more about the practice exams in a minute. But here's the deal on the dates for the exam. Section 1, the exam will open 28 March and will close on 4 April, and it covers chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. The second exam will open on 11 April and shut down on 18 April. These are Monday to Monday. So it'll open at 12:01 on a.m. on Monday and shut down at 11:59 the next Monday. And then the third runs from 25 April through 2 May, and it covers chapters 9, 10, and 11. Now these exams are difficult. They are. That being said, you will find a practice exam that you may take as many times as you wish. You may print them up, use them to study. You may not use them on your exam. That would make it too easy. But I give you no trick questions. So each practice exam consists of 20 questions, multiple choice, and 10 multiple choice and 10 true and false. And of those, you may see 12 on an exam. And so what you see is what you get. No trick questions. If you have done the practice exams, you have seen the test bank that I take my exams from. I don't want you stressed about the exams. I want you to learn more from the material and the discussions. I have to have exams to measure, grades, but again, there it is. If you do the reading, and you don't have to master it, but if you do the reading and you do the practice tests, you'll ace the exams. The exams are 2 hours each. They used to be 60 minutes, but a number of my students need additional time, and I didn't think it was fair to give them double testing time. And so the exams, but they're not going to take you 2 hours to do them if you've done what I said. And then say you totally blow it. Say you get a 40. Statistically, somebody will. Don't sweat it. There's extra credit that's due before the next test cycle that will raise it from, say you got a 40, it'll raise it to a 70, raise it to a C. So there it is. Put it in the appropriate drop box and you've got it. Let's see, the reading report I've already talked about, the chapter exercises. Now, At the back of each chapter, you'll find a series of discussions, case studies, exercises. You will choose one per section, and I even list, let's see, Section 1, exercises. Chapter 1, there's no assignment that you may choose. Chapter 2, no assignment. But Chapter 3, on pages 113 through 144, you will find a section entitled Fundamental Elements of the Patient-Physician Relationship. Discuss this section, especially concerning areas you agree or disagree with. And then you'll also find in Chapter 4 several case studies. You'll choose one of them. Now, because I no longer have a term paper for this class, I expect you to put quite a bit of effort into each one of these section assignments. They're going to be between 3 and 4 pages each. You may not answer them in 1 to 2 sentences. English needs to be clear and concise, no texting language. I don't want to read about douchebags, excuse me, but lately that seems to be peppering people's papers. I don't want to see that. I mean, clear, concise English, grammatically correct, 3 to 4 pages, um, double spaced. So really, and this is at least. You can write more, but you can't really write less. So 1 paper per section. That's 3 papers, short papers per class. And the course schedule is stated above. The course is divided into 3 sections. Each test will be open for a 7-day period. You may take the exam whenever it's convenient during the cycle. Work is due as follows. I've already given you the dates for the exam. It's also written right here in the syllabus. The reading assignment schedule, you'll find that it is the last day of the test cycle. Everything's due. So if the test and all of the discussions and the paper is due, the first section 4 April, the second 18 April, and the third is 2 May. Those are the important dates for the class. Now, as I said, call me if you have questions or concerns. But one thing I would appreciate, you need to read everything here on D2L because it will answer 99% of your questions. Actually, probably 99.9% of your questions. We'll go back to content. We'll go to assignments. And here, instructions for discussion board. You'll find the dates and the instructions are clearly given right here. Almost everything that you'll need, you'll find. If something's got a bad date, bring it up to me. I do my best. I teach this class each semester, and so, excuse me, my head was itching. uh, and I, of course, reuse the material, but I go through and try to scrub and put fresh dates in. I almost always will miss one. Bring it to my attention. Have a great class. Let's get this semester ended successfully for everyone. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed your spring break.